Yes, we were. A ghostly IQ. No, do you know what? Say hello even if you're not here. We will not accept anything less than top effort. We have an Andy. Hello, Andy. John and I were just discussing your one shot briefly, or at least our characters for the one shot. Oh fuck if I remember. You were doing something with a dagger of some sort, or a blade of some sort. I don't know. You had a quest to um. Oh, Andy, look! Did you see that? It was venison. I can't remember what the fucking quest is. But you remember what I'm talking about, right? You had some sort of vampire request to do, and you had to get like a specific item, and you were asking me where it was, and I said, "Oh, it's over here." No, that would be way too helpful. Hang on, I'm just scrolling back through my internet search history for last week. Right. No, no, we wouldn't do that. Of course not.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
Hey, Dan. Fair. Dark Knight of Hibernia has just messaged. He says, "I see you guys streaming. Can I hop on?" I'm gonna say yeah, but I wanted to ask you first. I'm just having a look through my fucking search history, and I genuinely can't see what the fuck um we were looking for.
That goes
Hey,
live.
Doc,
Let's see here.
we're live.
How are you doing, John? Yeah, I haven't played Skyrim in dog's ears, man. I probably should get back into it, even though I preferred Oblivion. But it's still a good game, especially compared to what came out since. Yeah, I would give Oblivion a try, man. It's actually pretty good. It has its problems, obviously, but
It's not as polished as Skyrim, but it is a good game.
I would say it's more streamlined than Oblivion, than not necessarily more polished, because polished implies that like the mechanics are better. They're just more like I said, streamlined. You know, like there's more depth to it's like the difference between 5e and third ed. 5e is more streamlined. Third ed has more depth, if that makes sense. Though third ed also has more bloat to it, so that comes with its own set of problems. If 5e has I'm trying to do a free re-release of 5e at some point, to do my own kind of spin on it, because there is potential in it. It just got, after Xanathar's, it just went downhill like really quickly.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, man, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, subclasses were a big problem, or a big part of why that game was such a problem, because, like, it just... I don't know, man. The racial feats and some of the subclasses were just a joke. But, what's the quest? Yeah, and then we get to the point where we have, like, silvery barbs, and I know we had healing words from the start, but still, healing words is a joke. That was such a mistake of a spell. Also, it also ticks me off that things like the grease spell is so awkwardly worded that it's the utility it had in older editions is gone, because it says stuff like cast it on the floor. So you can't, like, say if you're crawling on the ceiling, you can't target the ceiling. But people will argue, well, it's the floor to me. Okay, well, you can't target ropes. You can't target people to get out of, like, grapples or anything. You can't target ladders or stairs because they're not the floor. The way that's worded, that spell is needlessly restrictive. You know, and... Yeah. Yeah.
This must be that
Yeah, it
beautiful
should, but
Skyrim
the way
weather I always heard about.
Yeah. But the way that it's worded, and, you know, people are rule sticklers, they'll be like, that's not how it works, and it's just a shame. I mean, even things like lightning bolt doesn't redirect and fireball doesn't have volume really gets rid of the strategic element of those spells. You know, it doesn't just be like you just pick fireball, and if you're an evocation wizard, you can just throw it, and even though your allies are positioned in such a way they should get hit, it doesn't affect them, but it hits the enemies. Okay. Oh, I remember we, in Aaron the Pedantic's OSC game years ago, we took on a 14th level wizard in his tower, and we used the metal minions he had in a 1 lightning bolt, and like 1 extra round, and we killed him. We should have lost that encounter, but we won, because of that 1 lightning bolt. It was great. It was so cool. 5e players will never know this greatness. They won't, and it's sad. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, bonus actions would have to go, you know, it's just... And the skills are wonky too. Skills, the way they made skills is like a mixture of 2e and like non-proficiencies and third ed skills, and they didn't do them well at all. That's... But what mission are you doing here, John, if you don't mind my asking? What's the goal here? Huh, I don't think I've ever done this mission. Although it's been so long.
Dawn Guard quest.
It's a what quest?
A Dawn Guard quest.
Oh, I didn't really mess with the Dawn Guard too much, so like...
Neither did I.
Who's there?
Interesting.
I played Skyrim 14 years ago when it first came out.
Yeah, like, interesting idea, not badly implemented, but it could have been done better, in my opinion. It was a bit lackluster.
Oh, John, I remember. Yeah, You were supposed to get that. Was it Oriel's bow or however you pronounce it? Have you got
Oh
it
yeah,
now?
yeah, yeah. Ariel's bow. I remember that thing.
The one that turns off the sun.
Yeah, I love that. Just yeah,
I
it
remember
just
explaining that to one of the people in our Call of Cthulhu group, and she was just so confused by everything.
let's just think about that for a second. A vampire, a lesser being, dips a little bit of his blood into an arrow. You fire it at the sun, and it turns it off. Like, how far is the
Yeah,
sun away from Nern that a guy with a toothpick and some string can yeet
right,
it? Oh, like, how?
right.
How?
Yeah, so she was confused because she was like, how does it turn off the sun? I'm thinking, wait, you're not thinking how does it even reach the fucking sun in the first place?
I can understand, because there is a shout that clears weather. I could buy if you had to get a shout that, like, cloaks the sun, like, like, you know, like you'd be, like, in The Lord of the
Sure,
Rings, where,
sure.
like, where small, like,
Like a
they use
temporary.
yeah, to shroud the sunlight for the orcs so it doesn't like harm them. I could buy that, but corrupting the bow of the god of the head of the imperial pantheon and the elven pantheon by dipping it in the blood of a vampire, it's like, what?
I
That
think
makes
my microphone was off at first. I was trying to talk, but
Hey,
oh, sorry,
Brian.
bro.
We can
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
you now.
we couldn't hear you if you were talking. Sorry about that.
oh, I had a question for DK.
Go for it, man.
Hey, you were talking about 5e earlier. Have you played much of Neurotic Gnome's Old School Essentials?
I used to play in I played a couple of sessions for in John's game, and I ran one session for myself, and I played in Aaron the Pedantic's one during COVID years ago for about a year or two. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it for what it was. I've realized since I've become more of an OD&D kind of guy, but I like BX. It's a lot of fun. Um, but yeah, I like it.
Swords and Wizardry?
Yeah. I like Swords and Wizardry as well. Yeah. I'm not too as impressed with the new version of Swords and Wizardry. I preferred the original, like the old, like the blue demon cover from like 2011, I think.
Mhm.
But you know, I still like it. I'm gonna try and get into Osric at some point. Oh. Yeah. Well, there's some things missing from it, but that's just for like legal purposes. But other than that,
Who's there?
um,
I knew I heard
well, yeah,
something.
I like that they got rid of bards. I didn't see bards in Osprey.
I like bards if you think of them as David from David and Goliath, because that's why they're so powerful. With a bit of Celtic thrown in there and like Orpheus. I realized this today. Like, why is it I always wonder this? Why are the bards so much more powerful than paladins or rangers? It's because they're David. They're the biblical David. So it's like, oh yeah, that's why. So I don't mind
Don't
bards.
explain a bit.
Yeah, why they have to have like high charisma, high strength. They have no negatives to any of their stats, and why they have to be warriors and then thieves and then take a level in cleric, but it be druids. That's where it kind of falls apart a little bit for the David analogy, but that's Gygax trying to ramrod Celtic Celtic bards, European troubadours, and biblical heroes together. You're gonna get anachronisms.
Oh, troubadour. What a word.
Yeah, troubadour. Yeah, that's kind of. I only know that because although I've since had a bit of I've grown to kind of despise pundit. He was correct in that 5e and a lot of like post first edition bards are basically just troubadours, which is not what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be David. Like, they're kind of meant to be troubadours, but really they're Celtic bards and David, right? And people don't play them like this. They just play them as sex fiends, and I'm really sick of it. I really don't like those kind of bards.
I just played my bard as a guy who just doesn't really care about much and just lives in an igloo getting high.
I don't even mind that kind of bard either. It's far less cliched. I mean, I played a recent 5e game IRL for fun, and one guy was playing. I'm not joking. His backstory, again, I know backstories. Another bane of 5e. He was a chef who impressed a demon or a devil so much that it gave him bardic powers. And then he decided in session 2 he wanted to sound like Kermit the Frog.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I know. And you know what's even worse? Another player came late into this short campaign, and she had this ability. She was like a ghostwise halfling where she could communicate telepathically with people, and he wanted to pull a lever. Now, being the old schooler with the mindset that I have, I'm a recent convert, but I still have that mindset of like, don't haphazardly pull levers in the dungeon, please. And he was going to do it anyway after I said for him not to, and I warned him, if you do that, I will stab you. My character will actually attack you. What did she do?
Right.
She told him to do it in his head, and he said, yes, intrusive voice, I will do this. And I'm like,
oh, fuck.
I'm just saying, if I ran Stonehell for them and they did that, they'd be dead. They'd be dead on the first floor. They would die if they did shit like that. Like, by the way,
sounds like if they were playing Tomb of Horrors, they'd walk into the devil mouth. Is that right,
yeah.
John?
Oh yeah, they would. Yeah. No, dude, they'd walk in. They would walk into the wrong entrance and get crushed to death. They wouldn't even get into the tomb proper. They would just die. You know. Or they'd pull the lever on the prison door thing. You know what I mean? And then fall down like 30 feet onto spike traps and take 90 points of poison damage and die.
God, that sounds delightful.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, Jeb. Gordon. I know I haven't either. At least I don't think I have. But my God, I was really tempted to do it. I was really tempted.
Hey, Jeb.
By the way,
sorry, my phone turned off. I can't see the chat.
Yeah, I'm. Insanity. Yeah, insanity.
Well,
yeah.
No, there was one time in Horror on the Orient Express where I can't remember where the fuck we were, but Manfred was just like being fucking
Retarded.
Manfred. Yeah. So we were in some sort of like doctor's lab or something. So I went to the cupboard, got some chloroform and a rag, and was like, "Hey Manfred, does this rag? Sorry, hey Oliver, does this rag smell funny to you?" Fucking knocked him out.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah.
Oh man. By the way,
Wow.
Wib.
I wish I would have been there that day listening.
Hey, John allowed it, and Manfred had no problem with it.
What's even like dumber about the game that I was playing in is like this DM kind of got like annoyed, and some of the other like the impulsive new players, like because like old schoolers when they see treasure chests, right? What we were doing was we were trying to find a cure to this disease, and I figured. The DM kind of spelt it out that in these chests they all contained the actual cause of this disease. So my thought was, if we get this, we can reverse engineer this into a cure. So I start trying to pry them open with a crowbar, and they got mad because they wanted to get through the rest of the dungeon. And it's like, dude, this is what you do in a dungeon crawl. You crack open treasure. This is what you do.
What were they thinking? You just wait till the end and get it on the way out or something?
Yeah, but they probably wouldn't even have done that because they didn't even suggest that. They just said, let's go through the dungeon. They just didn't want to do this at all.
That seems really dumb.
Yeah, what's even dumber is that the DM, like, we had fought animated armor, and, like, we beat it. We at second level, which even in 5e, that's no mean feat. Those things are dangerous. And we managed to beat them, and the DM said, I'm not letting you have the armor. Whatever about, say, the armor gets destroyed or, you know, but it's not that, oh, you don't get it because it gets disintegrated because that makes logical sense, whatever. He just didn't want us to have it because it would be too powerful to give plate mail at second level.
So why even have it in there in the first place?
Yeah, that would be, I don't know, like, because it's a pre-written module. And he just wrote it as it's like, okay, if you don't want to have the possibility of the players getting something, don't put it in there.
Yeah.
But he probably didn't think we would actually fight the things, Like, he doesn't understand how people like me, who try to be more old school, would think it's like, oh yeah, no, this... And plus, I noticed this in the rules, and he got mad at me because some guy was asking a question about whether or not flesh golems could be turned by clerics, and I looked it up just so that he didn't waste his time, and it said no, it's a construct. You can't turn a construct. It's not undead. He got mad at me because he was talking to someone else. They're like, don't look up rules at the table. It's like, I was answering his question, dickhead.
What do you mean, don't look up rules at the table? How else are you supposed to fucking clarify?
Given how bloated 5e, you can't not do that. It's not like BX where the rules are very simplistic and streamlined. Man, 5e players are just insufferable. I'm firmly convinced. They were taught wrong on purpose as a joke. Yeah. Do you have a light spell or anything like that?
Well, John, you have clairvoyance.
Oh, does he?
I have to keep reminding him he has clairvoyance.
Well, there's also the fact that just the map
in real life.
If he had clairvoyance in real life, he wouldn't need it in the game.
True. Oh, come on! Bethesda, really? It doesn't help the fact that the map is just gravel.
John playing the role of Charles Xavier on the X-Men.
Charles Xavier.
Oh god, that's... What is the point of that spell if there's a chance that it might not work?
Look out, Eco. Magneto's getting closer. Was that good? Was it okay?
Yeah.
Oh god.
8 out of 10.
Patrick Stewart's got such a distinct voice. It's really hard to nail down.
Yeah. It doesn't help the fact that the dungeon is so dark.
Well, do you know what? It's extra dark because of the mods that John has on.
That would do it.
Normally Skyrim looks quite grey and washed out, but here it's like, oh my god, I can't see shit.
Yeah. Unless it's like really harsh white or the harsh green, like his spell and the mushrooms. Yeah. Everything is just black, basically.
Yeah.
Candlelight.
It's black and slightly darker black.
Ah, there we... Ah. Yeah. And God said, let there be light. And voila, there was light. Ah. Oh, man. But yeah. Oh, nice. You got a dragon shield. It's cool. I don't know if it's not dragon bone. What's the other one? Dragon scale?
Correct.
Yeah. Nice. Bows do 35 more damage. Oh, you're doing a stealth archery build. Nice.
Well, he didn't mean to. It just sort of happened.
Yeah, yeah. Inevitably, that's kind of what happens in these games. You either go for extreme magic, really powerful melee, or stealth archery. And given the fact that the kill cams in Skyrim can actually kill you, because how they work is that they slow down time, but they don't stop time. So if something hits you while you're going through the slow-mo, it can actually kill you, especially on harder difficulties, which is kind of ridiculous.
I've had it. I think it was I fell off a cliff, and then I survived, but then I stood up, and then just the way that I stood up means that I fell further down the cliff.
And then you died.
Happening until I died. Yeah.
That is recalculus.
Because remember, intellectual, it just works.
Yes, it does.
But sometimes it just doesn't work. No shit, Todd. Yeah.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
It's only an elf game. You don't have to be mad.
That'll teach
Oy.
you.
Oy vey. Yeah, but that's kind of the. Oh, by the way, John, just so you know, this is a tip for mining. Equip the pick, and attack with it at the spot you want to mine. Yes, I'm not even
You're
joking. Yes,
attacking the ground.
if you attack that right with the pick, right, it'll make it go faster. I'm not even joking. I'm being serious.
Yeah, but that means he can't pour himself a drink while he's mining.
That is true. The true mining experience. Oh, tell you. It's like from Northumberland. You know.
Wow, that was actually a pretty decent impression.
Yeah. From Birmingham.
I'm from Birmingham. Sorry, what?
Bloody hell. I went down to the mine. Went down to the mine for my wife, my son. Went to the game.
That's either you. Yeah, no, you just went Birmingham then. You were doing York.
Yeah, I know. Fuck, I'm just.
It's pretty good. It's pretty close to me.
Yeah, thanks, man. I did stagecraft for a bit, and I when I watch media, I would rewatch stuff to like get dialogue right, and when I do the dialogue, I try and get the voices right. I'd always do that when I was a kid.
Same here. I think it
Do a
originated
Canadian
from
impression.
Oh,
Piss Start, I think.
God, how would I do that? I don't think I can.
Ooh, fuck around and find out, eh?
Oh, sorry there, bud. That's Wisconsin, I think. Or
I'm gonna be sorry when I put you in the hospital for free, eh?
This is not about democracy. This is about well, how did this is not about diplomacy. This is about dignity.
A boot.
A boot.
A boot? Yeah.
Can
exactly.
you please tell us what this whole thing is all about?
No, you also have to say sorry instead of sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry there, bud.
Sorry.
I remember once I was playing a dwarf who was kind of more like he was like you know, you'd have like a stereotypical Jewish guy. Like he's like, oh, dive, hey, they shit like. And once I did as a joke when a wizard was trying to level up. They had to imbibe this kind of like Native American smoke, like a sweatshop to go through this trance to do this mission. And as a joke, because I thought it would be funny that when he imbibed my character imbibed this drug. He went into an altered state, like he got brain damage, and he went like, oh, sorry there, bud. My name is Mikey Cheesecutter there, and it's a pleasure to meet you. And the wizard was not expecting this. The guy who we went on the mission with just kind of looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Speaking of altered state, have you ever played that game?
What? No. Yeah, probably. But I committed to the bit because he like what was really throwing him off was how nice the guy was, because my character normally was not like this. He was selfish to a fault, so he just wasn't expecting it. So
what you're saying is you basically made your guy take ayahuasca.
Pretty much.
And he found himself for a bit there, and everyone looked.
Yep. And then he did saving throw to see if
I've ever tried that before.
Yeah. I think those days are long behind me. You know, I missed out, and I don't think I have any desire to try it now. So.
Never too late.
Not voluntarily, anyway.
Fair enough.
Get your ass over to Peru, boy. I'll see you there.
Oh God, I'm not going down to South America, dude. It's way too hot. There's jungles everywhere, and there's bugs. Why would I want to go to it'd be like me wanting to go to Australia. Why would I want to go to the Devil's Ballsack? Why? Why would
you know what? Australia is valid.
Like, everything on that continent wants you dead. Everything. The things in the water, the things on the land, the things in the air. Even the sun wants you dead. And the most dangerous creature of all, the government wants you dead. John, remember, you can attack. You can attack the ore.
Wait, what about that little parasite in the Amazon that swims up your street?
Oh, they're called. I've heard about this from the Rubber Bandits, a comedy quote unquote duo in Ireland. They're called Canadu or Caribou or something. They have to wear specialized diapers. Yeah, they either have to wear specialized diapers, take a special herb, or castrate themselves if they catch the parasite. Yeah, it's not fun.
Why do they have to? Why do they have to castrate themselves?
Because it flies up your urinary tract when you pee, and it has barbs, so that once it goes in, it can't back out, and if you don't, you can't pee anymore, and you'll die.
I would have gone my whole life not really knowing that. I would have been fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
You know what? I saw it on like a Facebook "Did you know" thing like 15 years ago, and it's just one of those things that live rent free in my head ever since.
Yeah, when I heard that from the Rubber Bandits when I was 15, like about 15 years ago as well, I was like, what? And then I you out of curiosity when you're younger, you look this up and you're like, I'm never going to the Amazon ever. I'm not ever going anywhere near that place. I'm like,
literally, it's like I needed another reason not to go.
oh yeah, the cartels that will kill me if I step into the wrong section of the jungle, or the cannibals that will get me. There's things in the water that will do that to me. Nope. Nuh-uh. I'm good. It's like when you hear about the gimpy leaf in Australia. Have you guys ever heard of this thing?
I've heard it. I don't remember what it is.
Well, imagine.
What does it do? It crawls up your bum or something?
No, it's a plant. It's a plant that has a very highly a painful neurotoxin. People liken it to be
neurotoxin.
No, not deadly. It doesn't necessarily kill you. It's just excruciatingly painful. They liken it to being
taking the Portal 2 reference.
Oh yeah, fair enough. I haven't played Portal 2, so I've been meaning to though. But basically, I think people described it as being the area where you get stung by it as being burned by acid and then having like an electrode, like some electricity shoved straight through it afterwards. And the thing that makes it extra worse is that it can last up to 10 years. One guy in World War II, during World War II, an Australian sergeant was going through the outback when he had to heed the call of nature. And then his squadron, about 10 minutes after him leaving, heard a gunshot. They then found him that he put a bullet through his head because he had wiped his ass with the gimpy.
Oh, this dude. Yeah, I heard about that dude.
Yep. So I'm just like, nope. I needed even less of a reason to go to Australia after I heard this.
Jeez, it's like getting the mind flare worm in your head.
Yeah. Like once that happens, it's just like, it's over, dude. You're just done. Like imagine living for a decade with that kind of pain on one of the most sensitive regions of your body. It's
no,
like,
thanks.
No, I really no. Like, I'm sure it's lovely. I'm just saying I'm not willing to take the risk. I'd rather just go to Italy. It's much safer. And the food, it's probably cheaper. Look, I know the mafia.
Anywhere in the world really is safe nowadays. Like,
yeah, I'm just saying relatively.
Relatively, I would rather go to, Italy than the Amazon or Australia.
Yeah. Would I rather go to the
Maybe
moon?
you'd be safer in Antarctica.
Yeah, but that's...
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Isn't that where all
I mean,
no,
you guys are white. You're all right. You blend in. I stick out like a sore thumb.
Look, dude, we just go to Agartha, man. It'd be great,
I'd have to do white fade.
No, but the thing about Antarctica is that you don't have all of those natural dangers that you're talking about.
Don't polar bears live in Antarctica, or is that the Arctic?
Yeah, and by the time... No. It's the Arctic.
Alright, okay.
No, but by the time you see a polar bear, it's too late.
Oh yeah, they can like jog or slightly run faster than Usain Bolt can at full sprint.
Like, if you've seen a polar bear, that
You're
polar
dead.
bear has already stalked you to the point where it knows it can get you. That's why you've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, it just...
I would kick his ass on sight.
You know, one thing
He's
that really makes me laugh though, like bears are so ferocious and like you should be scared of them. But look at their ears; they're so cute.
I once saw, dude, like a YouTube video of a guy who like he had a safety den where like the ladder like the stairs acted as a ladder and he pulled them up, and he was like on the floor, and had his GoPro like his camera on a stick, and a polar bear like nudged its nose between the steps of the stairs and like was like nudging at the camera. I have never in my life seen something so simultaneously cute and terrifying all at the same time. It was like curious, but also kind of like that curiosity that a sadist has, that just wants to toy with its prey. You know what I mean? It's just, polar bears are.
Well, they're
It's actually
apex predators for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, like it's one of those things where I heard like my friend say a polar bear could easily kill a grizzly, and I'm like, oh. Yeah, when you hear that, you're like, oh. By the way, grizzlies can easily like tank like 45 caliber pistol rounds to the head, and barely anything happens to them. Oh yeah, easily it would tear it to shreds. Yeah, survives. A gun that was in service for 2 world wars does barely anything to it, but a bear with claws and teeth would tear it in half. Delicious. That's just great.
It's the difference between someone who's born and raised in the city and someone who's born and raised in the mountains having a fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Dagestanis, man, they're just different.
They're just built different, bro. They're just built different. You know?
And the polar bear will be like, let me
It's
check
like
this grizzly's grappling, brother.
It's like the difference between a Spartan and an Athenian. You know, maybe the Athenians would win militarily, and they did in the end. But like on an individual level, who would you bet on, a Spartan or an Athenian? I'm betting on the Spartan.
Oh, Spartan.
Spartan.
Every day of the week. Every day.
Oh yeah. They're just built different, dude. I think there's one famous quote where like someone was asked where are Spartans' walls, and they basically said like, or where were the borders of Sparta, wherever our spears, like the end of our spears, basically was what they said. It was something to that effect. Like Spartans had some of the greatest one-liners. They were so cool. I think was it Philip of Macedon who said like, if we defeat you, we will destroy your history. It's like that if you've seen the film 300, the thing that Xerxes says to Leonidas, Philip of Macedon said something similar, and the Spartan said one word reply, if. Like, whatever you may think of Spartan, that takes a huge degree of balls to say that to the to the hegemon of the world at the time. You know, that's. Oh man. Let's see here.
They weren't eunuchs?
They weren't. The Spartans? No, they weren't.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different group.
I think you're thinking of the Janissaries. I think that's who you're thinking of. They were warriors that were castrated, but that's just because of what like Muslim slavers did to their captives. That's just what they did.
Well, compared to the Spartans, then, they certainly don't have any balls.
No. Hey! Ah, man.
Badumts.
Oh man. I'm wondering what's up. What's up, John? Yeah, usually that's kind of how Bethesda games are constructed. Follow the enemies.
Enemies, you're going the right way.
Yeah. Unless you backtrack.
Like real life, dude. You're
Yeah.
making enemies. You must be doing something right.
I mean, that's what Rome always said. Hey, there's our enemy. You know, we must be going in the right direction.
Is the enemy of my enemy my friend, or my double enemy?
Well, until you get to Parthia, and then I love that. I love that. Sets it up as a critical, paralyzed, dodges out of the way. He can't move, and he dodged.
Do you have any old Roman forts near where you live, Iman?
Yeah, there's quite a few like watchtowers and stuff.
Wow, that's
There's a
cool.
castle where I used to go to school, where there's still a cannonball hall in the side.
Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, there's not many Roman settlements in Ireland because like they just didn't care enough to come this far. They had like a temporary barricade in Dublin, and like that was it, really.
I mean, the
So
school that I went to was founded in 1554, so it's quite old.
yeah, your school is older than America, dude.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's like that
Stay
meme.
on your guard.
It's like that meme where what was that? What was that, John? Yeah.
That's correct.
Hmm. Oh, so this is like, oh, it's in King Henry VIII's son.
Back then, they made things to last.
Yep.
What year was that, John?
1604 probably. Six. Was it? It was. I thought it was in 1604 around that he reigned. Is it? Or am I thinking some? Am I thinking someone else?
God damn it, John!
Was there a
You always
period
gotta
in
one-up
time where
me,
they were
don't ya?
building?
I mean,
Was there
there's
a period then where they were just building lots of schools all over the place?
yeah, because of
There
I
must
think that
have
was when
been.
they were trying to standardize the English language. I think at that point because of like Shakespeare and stuff. But the real
Especially
standardization.
because
Yeah.
John's school and my school were both grammar schools, which is like a
Yeah.
specific type of school.
Yeah, they didn't start like standardizing how to spell, and like there's. I'm not saying they didn't know how to spell. I'm just saying that the standard way of spelling names and other things didn't happen until like the 1800s. Because I think you can even see in letters of like the Iron Duke, like Wellington, there was like multiple ways that he spelled certain things in his letters, and that didn't get ironed out until like the mid to late 1800s. So
Is that the Duke that invented beef Wellington?
no, this is the one who defeated Napoleon at Waterloo.
John, what was that word? I can't remember what the fuck it was now. We were talking about something in Canada when we were walking to and from that coffee shop. Um, it was like a word, and I said it a certain way, and you were like, "Oh, it only got pronounced that way because so and so said it that way," but the actual word is that. Or I don't know. It's like,
Where'd you come from?
God, I can't think of it now. Like, my brain wants to say specialty and speciality, but that's not quite right. Yeah, normality and normalcy, that was it.
Yeah.
See, you remembered it. You remembered. Well done.
That's amazing. I always thought normalcy was like a normal word.
No.
Well, let's be
Normality.
fair. Let's be fair. Shakespeare invented a lot of words that didn't exist either. So, you know, there is precedent there.
Who? Shakespeare?
Truman. Eh.
I would trust John on this because he's a history buff unlike me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, you know, the Tudors and that.
Oh yeah, the Tudors, the most wonderful dynasty in all of England. I totally don't want to kick King Henry VIII square in the fucking face repeatedly until my foot broke. Totally. I love him so much, that fat
Yeah,
fuck.
you know, I didn't know anything useful about history, but I remember the order in which his wife got beheaded or died.
Yeah. Yeah, seems like a swell guy. You know? Swell guy. Yeah, he did. He was only outpaced in his niceness to the Irish by Cromwell. You know, he was just such a blessing to the nation. We love him so much. We still talk about him today. He was such an influential figure. We still talk about him to this day. We just love him.
Fucking Cromwell.
I fucking hate that dickhead so
Oh my
much.
goodness.
Now, granted, the Irish do blow some of the stuff he does out of proportion, as is our wont. But that doesn't mean he wasn't a massive bellend. And like even the Scots don't like him. The Welsh certainly didn't like him, and the English weren't too keen on him either. You know.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah, go for it.
Would you classify Julius Caesar as a benevolent leader?
I would classify him as a pragmatic leader, not a benevolent one per se.
I was having a debate with Manfred about religion, right? Not to get into it, but he was like, "Oh, if God's benevolent, then why is there evil in the world?" I'm like, benevolent doesn't mean you have to do the right thing every single fucking time.
Like
Julius Caesar, and I used the example. Julius Caesar was benevolent. He did a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, but like the thing is that like, well, we won't get into the religion thing. We won't. But like Caesar is like by the standards of his time, yes, he was benevolent because they didn't care about the Gauls. But by modern standards, but we shouldn't judge him by modern standards anyway, because he didn't live in modernity. That's not fair, you know.
No, but my point is that he's classified as benevolent, right? And he did a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, he was very like when he
died. And then his argument, well, is if God is benevolent, then why is there bad stuff? It's like, do you not understand the definition of benevolence is not perfection, you dumbass?
well, I think what he means is like, why does bad stuff happen? My argument with him is, God can pull the greatest good out of the worst evil, and it might just be that there was no other way. Like you don't know what time scale God is working on to make that judgment. You don't. So I would advise be very careful about those kind of judgments. But
well, that's the thing. Like I don't think in black and white. Obviously, I believe in Islam and all that, but it's the amount of times he tries to dissuade me from it, and I'm just like, bro, what do you actually think you're gonna win? You actually think you're doing anything useful here?
As I grow stronger in Catholicism, if people legitimately tried to harden me against God, I'm like, dude, you are never. The harder you act like an asshole, the more I want to spite you and not believe you. It's like the there's someone put forth the Pascal's wager of the modern era. Even if God is not real, because you guys are such dysgenic freaks, it is better to believe that he is than to turn out like you. Yeah, I'm saying no.
Do you know what? That's exactly what I said to him.
Yeah, fuck off. I'm just no.
And I said, look, every single time you do this, you don't turn me away from my religion. If anything, you bring me closer to it. So well done. You're doing the opposite of what you said.
And I learned this a while ago when I was like, I used to be that kind of dickhead atheist years ago. I used to be, and I since learned my lesson. You know, if I know for a fact
the opposite
as well
of you, he used to be a really devout Catholic, and now look at him.
Yeah, I was a lukewarm Catholic, and then I've since come back. But I also know for a fact that like I don't try and dissuade people by being an asshole. Even like I tend to give the energy that I get. Unless someone's being an asshole to me, I'm not going to be an asshole to them as much as I try hard anyway. Because I know me being an asshole won't. If it wouldn't work on me, it probably wouldn't work on them. So. Oh, that's sorry about that, John. Sorry. Derail us. We go back to Caesar. Back to Caesar.
No, it was my fault.
I
was
do
just
apologize.
Asking, benevolence.
By the standards of his time, like I said, I mean, he's on record as on his will. He, after he divvied up his wealth amongst his heirs, he gave like 2 manors to the public. Gave the equivalent of like 3 months' salary to all male citizens of Rome. That's like 1 million people. That's insane. That is insane generosity. He didn't have to do that. But
there's no leaders that would do that nowadays.
No, not 1 million years. He also really wanted to like change like the calendar so that he had more like he based the reason why we have a 365-day year is because of him. We based it on the solar time scale rather than the lunar one, which is far easier to track. He did a lot of public works. he did a lot of good. Now he did, and he was also, and this is kind of emblematic of the. You could argue he was kind of a, at least for the Romans, a good person. He spared a lot of his enemies. He didn't want to kill them because he understood how personally devastating political purges were. He lived through the persecutions of, I think it was Sulla. Like, he lost a lot of people because of that. Yeah. So I think it would just be when Caesar was a young man. Yeah. So, and Sulla was, he was. I think when they depict him, he had like worms underneath his skin, like he was a diseased, bloated, evil man. They demonized him really bad. Yeah, and it's on some level, it might actually be true that he was like just this disgusting, disheveled piece of shit. Like nobody liked him. You know, it was all. What was that? Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think Marius. I think Marius was on the receiving end of Sulla's persecutions as well. And Marius was the guy who revolutionized the Roman army in the Republic era. The way that, like, basically what we think of the Legion, like a lot of their earlier stuff, like when they went from the maniple swap or the phalanx system to the maniple swap, that was Marius, I believe, who started doing that stuff. It was insane. But no, like, but let's not forget that Caesar was a political opportunist, and he did a lot of horrific shit to the Gauls. You know, he bragged about how he killed a third of them, enslaved another third, and subjugated the last third. So that's like 2 million people dead, 2 million enslaved, and the rest left as second-class citizens.
Yeah. So, you know, clearly by a lot of measuring sticks, he's not a good person.
No. Yeah, I know.
Oh, well, that makes it okay then, you know, fuck them.
Yeah, but remember, man, he's a Brit. I would probably say the same thing of like, oh, the Scots killed a lot of Englishmen. Whatever, you know.
Yeah, we killed a lot of Scots too. It's not like it's not just one way around.
I know, but see, I have kindred with the Scots as an Irishman, you know. I have kindred with the Scots, even though, you know, we haven't always had the best relations, like the Presbyterians and stuff like that, you know.
Iman, are you closer to the Scot border than all of us?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Well, you're in America, I'm in Ireland.
In case things pop off all of a sudden.
No, oh, true, yeah, that's fair.
You're right there on the front line.
I'm just saying,
well,
like,
I mean, okay, so there was a referendum about 10 years ago, John, where Scotland wanted to leave
the UK, yeah.
The UK, yeah. And there was a poll on TV, and it was like 52% yes, 58% no, and it said underneath, "Fair play to Scotland. No matter what, they gave 110%."
That's funny. That's hilarious, dude. That's funny. Oh man.
Yeah, it was actually 42% yes and 58% no.
Yeah,
so
that's
I don't
actually
know how they got that wrong.
That's well, you know, probably the teleprompter was Scottish and got drunk, so you know.
Probably.
But anyway, but no, no man,
Too
it's
much iron brew, laddie.
Oh.
Oh, hi.
Happy Jesus, me Scottish cousins. They got. Sorry, I can't help myself. But no, it's just, yeah. History is complex.
You know what? I mean, the Scottish people are some of the loveliest people I've ever interacted with, genuinely.
I'm sure I'd love to meet some of them. I don't think I have met any. As far as I know,
I mean, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't want a Glasgow kiss, but, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Is that similar to the Baghdad sunglasses?
Well, no, a sunglass
a Glasgow kiss is a headbutt in your nose.
Well, oh, I thought it was the smile, the scars that they get. What's that one called? Yeah, where they chibbing or something? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
They have
I know what a.
No, basically,
well.
what it is they basically, you know those kind, you know those scars that people have where they have like, it's like smiling on their cheeks, wib. It's a known
like
thing
the
in Scotland
Joker.
where, yeah. Basically in Scotland, it's something that happens quite a lot. Well, not like often, but it's no, renowned for happening there, where they'll like just, I think one version of it is they put a shard of glass in your mouth and they punch you and it just like splits open your cheeks or something.
Yeah.
It's like there's the actor, there's an actor, a famous actor in Gladiator and in Sons of Anarchy who has those scars on his face because he was
Oh, is it Ron Perlman?
not Ron Perlman, not him. No. It's the, oh God, what's his name? Well, I don't think Ron Perlman's in Gladiator. I don't think.
Oh, he's in Sons of Anarchy though, isn't he?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
what was his name in fuck, what was that I'm trying to think here. Scottish actor.
Gerard, no, not Gerard Butler. What the fuck?
Tommy Flanagan. Tommy Flanagan.
Okay.
Yeah. What else was he in? Yeah, it's called the Glasgow Smile or a Chelsea Grin.
Chelsea Grin. Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, it also works with a credit card.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, how? What's
if you
worse?
put enough pressure, because it's thin enough, it will slice.
I'm just saying, okay. What's really disturbing about that is that there was someone sadistic enough to try it that way.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put anything past anyone these days.
Yeah, you know.
Like if you can think of it, someone somewhere's probably thought of it before, if not.
I mean, if you look at like
oh yeah, have you ever read the Urban Dictionary? Somebody's thought of everything.
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah, look in
China where they do like the water torture, where it's like they lay you straight out on a board and have a piece of water or like a drop of water drop on you at irregular beats. That's the thing. It's not a consistent time. It's irregular. So you never get a full night's sleep. It drives you insane.
And then it eventually also like leaves a dent in your skull, doesn't it?
I don't know if that's true, but probably. But I'm more concerned
I
like
think
the whole.
It is true.
The reason why
I can imagine it would be.
Yeah. But what makes it truly horrific is that the insomnia drives you insane. You cannot sleep. You know, and you probably break before it becomes relevant because like humans can only go like at most 11 days without sleep. That's the latest you can go. I'm like after like day 3, you start having vivid hallucinations.
Yeah. After 72 hours, it's.
It's bad. I think, like I said, the longest recorded, and that guy was an edge case, was 11 days, and if he had pushed it anymore, he would have died. Yeah. Point of that story is get some sleep. Sleep is good.
Yes, Mom.
Oh Lord. But yeah, this is why I love talking to gamers, man. Like hardcore gamers. We just talk about the most eclectic shit. You know, we have hopped from topic to topic. It's insane.
Those are some of my favorite conversations.
Oh yeah, no, they're fun. I love them. It's just, you know, if people were like listening on the back chat log what we were talking about, at least the intelligence agencies listening to us aren't going to be bored. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Something I learned the other day. Apparently, plane tickets are actually cheapest on 9/11 to America.
Oh.
You know, I never really thought about it, but after someone said it to me, I thought, you know what? That makes sense.
The fact, Imam, that you as a Muslim are saying that makes it extra hilarious.
I know, right?
Like, that'd be like, oh yeah, sure, man. I heard during the Troubles, England, car prices were dirt cheap.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, look, if anyone has to be conscious of that, it's me, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same
It's
thing with
not
me.
gonna be you guys who are white.
Yeah.
It's gonna be me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the same thing. You know, I have to be the one to make the Irish alcohol jokes because, you know.
Yeah, of course, because Dan's not here.
Oh man.
But it's the same way I can poke fun at Pakistanis and British people because I'm both.
Well, you know, you can make fun of anyone you want. You don't.
Well, I mean, no,
Yeah.
no, but I have a right to take the piss out of Pakistani people and British people.
Well, no, I'm saying like everyone has a right to do it. They do, you know.
No, but I have a constitutional right because I'm British and Pakistani.
Oh right, yeah, because yeah, sorry, I was talking more in.
It counts as self-deprecation rather than racism.
I know, I'm saying like as in we're just talking about principle, not just like social legality. I mean like, you don't like you know.
In principle, I'm not racist.
Yeah.
I hate everyone
Anything
equally.
good?
I know I'm not racist. I just love everyone equally, but it doesn't mean I won't make fun of them when they're stupid. You know. You know. Let's see here. Someone. Oh yeah.
Like, for example, the other day, John, right? I was at the fuel station getting some fuel, and there was like maybe 7 or 8 lads, Pakistani lads, on their quad bikes, just revving them like mad, you know, obviously acting all hard and stuff.
Mm.
And I'm just there like, fucking bloody hell, man. Like, you are the reason why we all look bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing when like you know like you know it's like any underclass. I mean like there's like you know upper class, middle class, lower class, and underclass people in every society. They all make like it's like you know when like certain English people go to Spain and they behave obnoxiously, you know.
Oh yeah, when they go to bloody Benidorm.
Yeah, or like when like hillbillies come over here and start behaving obnoxiously. Nobody likes that shit. Nobody. It just makes Americans look bad. And most of the Americans I've talked to do not behave like that. And when I hear people over here saying Americans are stupid, I get really pissed off. It really actually agitates me when people say, "Oh, bloody Yanks, they're all stupid."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The loud minority is, you know.
Also,
overtakes the
consider
silent
who's
majority.
going over there too. The people who have a lot of money in their pocket, and have like money to just like fu money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying like
You know,
well, like underclass as
they,
well.
they
Like,
have
yeah,
so
yeah.
much money that they don't feel like they need to be responsible or respectful.
I didn't even consider
Kind
the
of
upper class
like that
assholes,
story that John was telling us about the Ryder Cup.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And look, I mean, as a British person, like I look at the average American compared to the average Brit, and I go, right, they're more extroverted. They're a bit more free
Boisterous.
in the way they act.
Yeah.
Yeah, boisterous is a good word. Because Brits
Yeah.
tend to be quite reserved. Even the most extroverted Brit is kind of reserved.
Yeah. Even the Irish, although can be kind of caustic and abrasive, they're more friendly, but they tend to be kind of there's kind of this kind of like in the South of America, this southern hospitality kind of thing where there is a reservation to the way we behave. We try and show a bit of decorum publicly a little bit, but when we're with friends that we know, we are boisterous. It's just how we are. But like we try not to act like complete morons. You know?
Well, I mean, okay, so British people can definitely get that way once they've had a few
Yeah.
pints.
Of course, yeah, everyone can. That's everyone.
That's everywhere, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. It's to say, like, the Japanese are known for being extremely reserved, but you get like 2, 3, 4, 5 pints in them, they go crazy, man.
Get a few sakes in them.
Exactly. They just start reenacting duels, like something from Akira Kurosawa or something.
Oh my god, yeah, I would love that.
Oh, dude, I'm started to watch Akira Kurosawa films. I watched not Yojimbo, it's the one, you know, I'm thinking of oh god, you know the one that the Quentin not Quentin Tarantino, the Clint Eastwood film is based on, you know, for a few dollars more. Is it Yojimbo? Or is it something else? I don't remember, but it's the one where the main character is pitting the two clans against each other. Yeah, fair enough. But
Oh
it's a
no no
good
no yeah
film.
yeah yeah. I've just checked. Yeah. So A Fistful of Dollars was a remake of Yojimbo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're right.
Yeah, Fistful of Dollars. Yeah, I always get A Fistful of Dollars and A Few Dollars More mixed up. The titles always confuse me. But I love those three films anyway. I think for A Few Dollars More is my favorite of the three. Just because I like Lee Van Camp, I think his name is. He's a very good actor. Or Cleef, thank you. Very good actor.
Do you
Oh,
have
man.
the equivalent of cowboy films in Britain?
Oh,
I mean, so we have Wild West films, but not like in the UK. Like our stuff tends to be like gang wars and that type of thing.
I think in contemporary, no, not even. I wouldn't even say the Peaky Blinders because that's more of like a mafia film, like series than anything.
Yeah, that's a mob type thing.
But it's not even. It's not even like the first season was okay. The other ones really dropped off hard. You know, so yeah. But what would be like a Wild West?
What was Britain doing during the time of the cowboys in America? Were they in their Civil War period then?
Oh well, England has quite a few civil wars. They've had quite a few. Yeah, the Industrial Revolution. That was the Industrial Revolution, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that the one where there was this they were gonna blow up a building with a bunch of gunpowder?
Oh, that was the plot. That was under Cromwell. That was the
Yeah,
that
no,
was
that was
gun. That was Guy. Ironically, that was Guy Fawkes was a. Was it? Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, my bad.
Wow, that would have been massive.
That was before Salem, I believe. Yeah, that was like about 9 years before the Salem witch trials, I think. If I remember correctly. No, the Civil War was 1860 to 65. So it was.
Yeah, we're talking 1600s.
Oh, my apology. Right.
1600s. Okay, I'm off by a couple hundred years.
Oh yeah, the for context, the closest I would think to like the American Civil War in Europe would be the Napoleonic period in 1812, around the time when England burned down the White House. So
but while you guys were all doing your saloons and doubloons and Wild West, we were doing the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, where everything was like, if you want to imagine the Hive City from 40K, that's basically what England was like during the Industrial Revolution. Smog, children dying, people drinking gin, going down the mines, courtesans,
they have to drink.
prostitutes.
They have to drink alcohol because it's the only
the water wasn't safe.
Water.
No, dude, they were feeding that to children in orphanages to put them to sleep, and that they would feed them so much that shit they would die. Then these
wasn't that back when they were prescribing cocaine as a cough medicine?
Yeah, as a tonic.
Think it was that early.
It was close enough. Like, I mean, Coca-Cola was treated as a tonic in like the 1880s. And it had cocaine in it, so it's around this time period, so yeah. It would be.
We had people in this country drinking radium, thinking it would improve their health.
What?
Oh my!
You were drinking
Did you hear
radioactive?
About that?
No.
Yes.
Yes. You were drinking radioactive sludge.
Radium. Yes. And their lower jaw would fall off.
No shit.
And then they'd go, "Wow, look how healthy I am."
They
Did
look
I
like
find
a ghoul.
something that you guys don't?
While they look like something out of fucking Resident Evil.
They would look like something out of Fallout New Vegas, dude. They'd look like a ghoul. What the fuck?
DK, go look up radium, as a medicine in the United States, and
I'll look this. Yeah.
Just glance over some of it.
Yeah.
And look at the pictures of people that took it too.
As USA medicine. Let's see here.
Yes.
Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna be.
DK's gonna have trouble sleeping
And
tonight.
this is why we have a Food and Drug Administration Bureau now.
No shit.
Hey, Dave, how's it going?
Let's see here. Let me see. Victims. Victims. That might close it down, narrow it down a bit.
Well, I remember back in like the Tudor
it's not really
times,
showing.
like,
It's not really showing. Like what they look like. So honestly, I'd rather not dig too deeply because I'm imagining things and it's starting to make my skin crawl. So I'm like,
That's enough. Yeah.
yeah, that, you know.
I remember back in the Tudor times, the women used to wear white lead powder on their face as makeup.
That's why. That's why
then
you
it
had
used to like fuck their face up, and then they used to put more on to cover it. And
No. What they would do is they would have like these weird fan things to cover the heat of the fire, so that the lead wouldn't seep into their skin. Like that's why you'll see in certain buildings like they're like these little fan shield things in front of fireplaces. It was so the ladies wouldn't get lead poisoning from their makeup.
Really?
Yep. I remember going through a tour guide in a manor in Ireland, I think, and they pointed this out. I'm like, oh yeah, I can imagine why they would need that because you know, putting lead on your face is kind of dumb, now isn't it? Yippee. Well, I mean, Todd said if you see that mountain, you can climb it. So get to stepping, dude.
Fuck it.
I'm not joking. That's what he said in the E3 thing, man. He said, "See that mountain? You can climb it." That's what he said.
Todd Howard, right?
Yeah, Todd Howard said that. Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm bad with names, so.
Yeah. He said that, man. Yeah, see that mountain? You can climb it.
But I think they said it. I think Miyazaki said it in Dark Souls 1. Like, if you can see an area in the distance, you will be able to get there eventually.
Yeah, but that's actually like that's cool, right? That's like
that's
not that's not memeable, you know, because he's just saying, oh yeah, no, basically everywhere you can see in the game, with some limitations, obviously, you can go there. But Todd is saying it like as if it's like it sounds really catchy and cool, and then you find out how dumb it looks, and it's like, see that mountain? You can climb it. Because he didn't think it through, basically. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just so funny that Dark Souls came out the same year that Skyrim did, and everyone, faults and all with Dark Souls, everyone remembers Dark Souls far more fondly than they do Skyrim.
It's really funny because I didn't play Dark Souls when it came out.
I didn't either. I'm a late convert too.
2016?
I played
Dark Souls 3 first.
The first technical Souls game I played was Demon Souls, but I played it for like 15 minutes, so that doesn't count. I then bought the PS4 port of Scholar of the First Sin for 2, and I hated it.
Oh my god, that's the worst version of 2.
I know, it's the worst. It's the worst version of the worst Dark Souls game. Yes, then I played Bloodborne, and I started, I kind of get why people like this, but I'm not convinced. And then
there we go, see? That's how good Bloodborne is.
Yeah, it's great. And then I got 3, and it finally clicked. I was like, oh, I understand this now. And then I played 1. I'm like, I think 1 is the best of the Souls series. I think it's the best. I love Bloodborne, and I love it's my favorite of the Soulsborne games. But I think if we just if we just keep it the Dark Souls series, I would say 1 is probably the best. You know.
So I started with 3, and then I went on to 1 afterwards. And when I played 1, I was like, when I played 3, I thought, okay, I understand why people say Dark Souls is hard, but really, come on, this is not that hard, really. And then I played Dark Souls 1, and I understood. Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
there's like a joke. This is what people were talking about.
Oh, like the basilisks or the toxic.
What was it that you noticed about it, Iman? So,
Dark Souls 3 felt really acceptable, right? Now, it wasn't hard, but it wasn't unfair. Neither's Dark Souls 1. But Dark Souls 1 was just, it required a lot more from you in terms of skill.
You had to concentrate. You had to be more careful because you were a lot slower. Dark Souls 3 was a lot faster than Dark Souls 1. It was more like Bloodborne. Like that's kind of the
Yeah.
thing I will say, as much as I
Dark
love
Souls 3
Bloodborne.
is like Dark Souls 1 mixed with Bloodborne.
Yeah, that's the thing. Bloodborne, as much as I love it, was a and like Bloodborne and its consequence have been a disaster for the Soulsborne series because every game since Bloodborne became Bloodborne, even when it didn't make sense.
If
I
had to
love.
describe it to you, Brian,
Mhm.
as someone who has played the games to someone who hasn't, Dark Souls 1 was less responsive, so everything you did had to be more deliberate,
Mm.
meaning that if you committed to an attack in the wrong moment, there's nothing you could do about it. You had to
Yeah.
take the hit. Whereas in Dark Souls 3, because it was 60 FPS and the game itself was just a bit more responsive, that it was less punishing.
Yeah, because like even
Okay,
in like,
I understand. I understand now.
if I remember correctly, like in Dark Souls 3,
Like Dark
if
Souls
you
1 felt it's the difference between running through water and running through sludge.
yeah, like the thing with Dark Souls 1 as well is that, like you said, when you commit to an attack, like in 3, I believe, if you start an attack and you realize you fucked up, you could spam dodge and cancel the attack
Correct.
and get invincibility frames. Like basically when you dodge, you have invincibility frames, meaning you can't take damage. Like when in old games, like you got hurt, you like flickered in and out so you wouldn't get hurt again to like give you some breathing room. It's the same thing with the dodge mechanic in Dark Souls. So like when you wear heavier armor in Dark Soul games, like because they have this degrees of like fat roll, less fat roll, and proper rolling, because the slower you roll, the less invincibility frames you have, right? So your
Right.
dodging isn't as good. In Dark Souls, once you've committed to something, like when you attack, you can't just cancel it with another action. You have to go through it, and if you died, you died, like you said. Whereas in 3, it was less punishing because it's a lot more like Bloodborne, meaning it's a lot faster.
And it's not just
Oh, so like in
faster.
Street Fighter 2, when you start the Shoryuken punch,
Yeah,
can't stop it. You got to go through
exactly.
with it.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. In a
But
way,
it's
I was
not just
actually
the
gonna.
fact.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Come on.
No,
No,
go
it's
ahead,
alright.
man.
I was gonna say it's not just the fact that the game's faster; it's that it's more responsive to your inputs.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
also just that like healing items, like the frame rates made it go faster. So when you chugged a healing item, it was faster. Um.
Oh god, the amount of times I've been like, chug, chug, damn it, chug.
Yeah. Even in Demon Souls was the worst of it, because like the healing was a lot slower in like you couldn't even heal in a boss fight in Demon Souls from what I heard, because it was just that slow. Like Demon Souls is even worse than Dark Souls is. It's a lot tougher, because it was more experimental, than Dark Souls.
Of course, it's the first in the series.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
poor Serana. Oh well. But I don't know,
She's
man.
a vampire. Fuck her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're all evil bastards. Anyway, yeah, no, just
So
yeah. Sorry, I just got distracted by the bug. Yeah, no, like
so
I do love Dark Souls.
Dark
I love.
Souls-
It's such a good game series, though. It's so much fun. So much fun.
In Dark Souls, you have encumbrance, and based on how encumbered you are, you have a light roll, a medium roll, and a fat roll. And the lighter you are, basically, the more invincibility frames you get on the dodge.
Oh yeah,
So-
but you're also way weaker.
So not
because
only
it's-
do you move marginally quicker, but you get more invincibility frames for the same action.
Yeah,
So let's
but
say you're
there's
playing 30 frames per second. If
Mhm.
you had a light roll, it might be 15 frames of invincibility. A medium roll might be 10. A fat roll might be 5.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, John.
Yeah, but there's also
I think we all do.
but like but the game, the way I prefer Dark Souls as well is that everything since Bloodborne has turned into spam dodge because the way the encumbrance system works for all of them. Yeah, but in one, you could play a pure strength, like tank build, and it wouldn't
Havel!
Havel the Rock! But like, there's literally a joke in the community.
Can you jump across the gap in Dark Souls?
You can't jump in Dark Souls. Well, you can, but not really.
You basically, what you have to do is...
That's what I noticed about that game.
We'll let John, yeah.
of Ariel protect you as you climb the road to the inner sanctum and final enlightenment.
Sorry there. But, yeah, cool. Yeah, I remember this journey being a pain in the ass to get through. But,
not as much of a pain in the ass as that parasite you were telling us about earlier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
A pain in the front, not the back.
Yeah, true. But, no, well, it'd be a pain in the ball bag, not a pain in the ass, but, you know, anyway. Oh yeah, Havel the Rock. There's like this joke amongst the community that you like, how do you get Havel to move? You don't. He moves wherever he wants. Because in the game there's this thing called poise. Where what poise does, we don't exactly know how it works because it's never been fully explained.
It's how much damage you can take without getting staggered.
Yeah, basically when you have a shield and you have a high poise, the shield can tank a lot of the stuff without you aggroing or getting your block basically like stop. Like when you know, like how you can parry a shield block away and then like push a shield away and hit someone. When you stagger someone's block, you basically knock their shield away and can hit them. But Havel is notorious for having such high poise that this will never happen. And there are builds around this where you can never get through their poise, you know.
So basically, they can tank the hit without getting staggered. So
and they have such high stamina that their stamina recovery is so fast and their stamina is so high that they can just block damages forever and there's nothing you can do.
So the attack hit them and it does damage, but it doesn't move them or deter them in any way.
Yeah. So this is why I think Dark Souls 1 is a bit better because it doesn't punish tank builds. It's kind of like the 5e effect or like post 3rd ed D&D where dexterity is such a god stat that nobody goes strength constitution, they just streamline dexterity, and I hate it. I hate that dexterity is such a...
Every Dark Souls game has its meta, and Dark Souls 1 was very much poise. High poise means you're gonna win a fight. Because if you get staggered, then you're can get criticaled.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah, you're so dead if you get staggered. You're so dead. It's
How do you feel about critical hits in RPGs?
I'm of two minds on it. I'm of two minds of it, to be honest. I used to like them. Now I'm kind of like, I don't know. I like them and I don't.
I think it has to make sense contextually.
I don't know, just the fact that I've played like a lot of 0E and BX and they don't have them, I'm just like, you know, I've done it.
I've done it both ways, and I like it without because it always favors the monsters.
Oh yeah, just from sheer action economy that they can just hit you more often.
Or if they have more numbers than you guys.
Yeah, you're just dead. You're just done so.
Which is often the case that you know, like you might have 3 or 4 player characters and you're dealing with 8 goblins. But if like a couple of those goblins crit your guys,
you're dead.
You're in for a really bad day.
You're already disadvantaged in that your health pool at lower levels is so low, and the DM has basically infinite monsters. It just feels unfair.
It does. It does.
And if I'm like that, no, if the monsters don't get it, then the players don't get it either. I'm like, it has to be both or none. You know, I'm just like.
When I ran, so DK, you might like this. I actually ran a Bloodborne conversion into a TTRPG for John and the guys at Chaosium Con earlier this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm curious. I'm curious what you'd think about it. But basically, you know the whole counter shot and riposte mechanic that Bloodborne has.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a component of the game, right? But I wanted to try and figure out how I could do a skill and reaction-based thing into a turn-based thing.
Right.
And I found it really difficult.
I mean,
what I eventually did
doesn't like ever
was...
doesn't like Chaosium's like EverQuest or RuneQuest have something like that? If I remember
No
correctly?
idea. I've never played. So.
I think they have a parry riposte system built into it, if I remember correctly.
But the thing is, I didn't want to call it parry because, you know, in certain people's minds, parry it does not mean parry; it means block. But in my mind, parry means parry, block means block.
Right. Parry is
and
just
I had
a
this
deflection.
conversation with John because John's one of the people who thinks parry. Well, I don't know if he still does, but he thought parry meant block. And I'm like, no, parry means to like redirect the attack, not just to block it.
Yeah.
Which you do in Bloodborne.
Yeah.
But no, right, no. So I explained it to you in terms of boxing. If you block someone's punch, you're not doing anything to them. But if I parry the punch, I'm redirecting their arm away, which leaves me an opening to attack.
Yeah, but also remember that in D&D terms, or like RPG terms, you're better than most the average NPCs. More like not always, but for the most part, there's something special about your characters, right? Even in games like Call of Cthulhu, you guys are special, right? There's just something about... What was it?
Sort of.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but it doesn't say block, does it? Block is different.
Oh,
I love when... I love
Yeah.
the autistic arguing over pedantics. I love it. It's just so much fun.
Block is like a stationary thing. Parry is like an active thing.
Hey, do you want to throw the wrench in further, and that you can block with the sword
when
and parry with the
you're
shield?
doing hand-to-hand combat with combat support, and you block, you are redirecting a punch away from your head, and the momentum keeps going.
No.
So I think the lock is very blurry.
You're not redirecting. Parry is a redirect.
I love this.
I don't say that I'm parrying if I block a punch and it sails past me. I don't call that a parry.
No, to be fair,
I call that a block.
Because you blocked it. A parry is an active motion that you have to do. Block is a stationary thing.
We also have to remember, guys. It's also remember that these things have, due to colloquial misunderstanding, have kind of blended together. This is a colloquialism problem, right? Like informal...
Well, it is, but
like,
it's also...
Yeah. In formal fencing, there would be a difference between a block and a parry, because often we call it a parry riposte. You can't riposte really with a block.
From a block.
You can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But these are highly technical terms. To the average layperson, a block and a parry are basically the same thing, because what they mean is I don't get hit. That's what they mean. It's the I don't get hit mechanic. So, one
True.
second there.
That's how people see it. But again, if I'm throwing a punch and you block, you put your hands up in front of your face to block the punch. If you're parrying, you come out to reach to meet my hand.
Oh no, I understand. I'm not disputing, or I'm not refuting your point. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying, for the purposes of people who don't argue this minutia or think about this minutia, to them it's just kind of an interchangeable term. It shouldn't be, but it is. You know, I'm just...
Which, the whole reason this started was because I was trying to explain it to John when I was doing the conversion.
Right.
Bloodborne does not have block. It does not have any block mechanic at all. It's just
no, it doesn't.
parry.
It parries in a very
no
specific
shield.
way.
It
parries in a very specific way as well, because in Dark Souls you can parry with your shield.
Yeah, in Dark Souls you can block and you can parry.
But
both,
in
right?
Bloodborne you have to parry with your gun.
Yes, right.
Which is hilarious.
So
yeah. Which is true.
Which is why I couldn't call it a parry.
What you should call it is a stun, because that's what's actually happening when you shoot someone with the gun.
Counter shot.
Yeah, it basically you could just call it like a stun mechanic, because that's actually what it's probably a mistranslation on me.
No, I had stagger. Stagger is separate. Stagger's the result.
Well, I said stun, but yeah, stagger. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Stun and stagger is So
yeah.
I called the mechanic counter shot.
Which is fine. I was trying to figure out how to do that for because I'm trying to do a gothic Irish setting for OD&D. And I'm taking heavy inspiration from Bloodborne. Oh yeah, that's fine. We'll keep it quiet. You're not looking too bad in low health, but you might want to just keep an eye on your health because it might run out very quickly.
An impressive display, but a wasted effort. You delay nothing but your own deaths.
Watch out! He's pulling down the ceiling.
Hey DK.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you the rules that I made for the
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
the conversion. I want you to tell me what you think.
Yeah. Once I get the chance, I will. I'll read through it tomorrow when I get the chance.
That's fine. It's not a rush.
Send me a copy as well.
With you being familiar with Bloodborne and RPG, you would obviously have a better
Understanding of it.
of
Yeah.
how accurate it is or representative it is of Bloodborne.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, dude. I do that. But what I was saying.
Basically, what I did, I gave each character a firearm skill, and then I gave them half of that skill if they were to try the parry.
Also, like a roll under target, basically.
Yeah.
Right. I was debating doing that for like in the earliest versions of the Gothic setting I wanted to do, like the inspiration from Bloodborne, and I just couldn't figure it within the confines of D&D. So
This is the best estimation I can come up with, because inherently, Bloodborne is a timing and skill-based thing. It's not a turn-based thing. How can I turn something reaction-based into turn-based? Oh, we'll give them a skill in it, but make it less likely than if they were to just fire a firearm normally. Does that make sense?
right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like,
yeah.
okay,
I can
you're
see why.
trying to
I can see
time
why
the firearm shot, like, while the enemy's mid-attack. That's going to be harder than trying to shoot them any other time. You know what I mean?
Well, you were saying something, Wib, there?
Oh, I was commenting on Iman's modified rules, and I was thinking, yeah, that would be an issue because you're dealing with a full motion video game and you're converting it to something that is turn-based or tabletop.
Yeah, it'd be like trying to convert a fighting game into an RPG, or into a TTRPG.
Well, so they actually have a Dark Souls RPG, but apparently it's just a shit hack of 5e.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind
And
that.
their logic was, well, Dark Souls, the game doesn't have maps, so we're not going to give you maps either. No, I'm sorry. You can't, that's bullshit. You can't.
Wait, what? They didn't give a map for the setting?
Right? That's what I'm saying. It's a TTRPG. You can't not give a map. You have to.
It works in a video game.
Like,
not
no,
just
but
in
Dark
hex-
Souls doesn't have a map, so I'm not giving you a map. No, I'm sorry. That's lazy. That's pathetic.
It's like that.
Lazy
works.
is a good word for it.
It's not just even just lazy. That's kind of spiteful, to be honest.
No matter what the cost.
Oh, so one thing I did want to say to you though, have you played Sekiro?
I tried it. It was just too hard for me, and I'm kind of the person who's like,
you know why it's too hard?
Why?
Because you're not playing Sekiro like Sekiro. I made the same mistake.
No, I got stuck on the Oni.
What does that mean, though?
Like you're supposed
the chained
to be
ogre?
Yeah.
Everybody gets stuck on the chained ogre.
Yeah.
Including me.
Because what they mean is it's kind of like when newbies play Dark Souls, but as like Skyrim or a traditional action game, and you're not playing Dark Souls. Like you're basically not paying attention to what the game is trying to teach you.
The game actually, yes,
is trying to incentivize you to do.
I intend on keeping it. Let's see if
oh, okay, yeah. I get it.
Souls is very swords and shields and Bloodborne encourages you to be active and be aggressive. I mean, if you play Bloodborne like Dark Souls, you're gonna get
punished. You're gonna get punished like really hard. I mean, there's even a thing that like
you can't play Lamentations of the Flame Princess like you would Old School Essentials.
Or even 5e, yeah. Like 5e players going into LOTFP and playing it like 5e, they're gonna get destroyed. They will die.
As an analogy, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's
and then, if you play Sekiro, like you play Dark Souls or Bloodborne, you're gonna get punished. Because Sekiro doesn't care about all that. It needs you to deflect.
Oh,
like,
right.
Once you get the
parry.
deflecting down,
yeah,
you're like, oh my god, it all clicks together now. Now I get it.
Yeah. I will try it again someday. I played
Sekiro like Japanese Bloodborne until about a third of the way through the game, and then I tried playing it properly, and I was like, oh god,
like,
this is so much better.
Just as a side note, man, just as a tangent, I've watched every so often videos of people like playing certain video games at like really high skill levels, like Dishonored or Ghost of Tsushima, and it is a thing of beauty, man. The things they pull off is insane. I'm not joking. There was this one scene where a guy would like jump midair, slice someone down, point the arrow, his crossbow upward. This is in Dishonored, upward, and then a guy like 30 yards in front of him, it would like arc up. He like had it perfectly timed. Saw the guy like milliseconds after teleporting, pointed it up, shoot, and the guy like 2 seconds later, the arrow went straight down through his head.
The restoration of this way shrine means that Werther
nuts,
must
dude.
be dead, and the betrayed no longer have control over him.
Yep, no matter how good you think you are at a game, there's always someone.
Oh yeah.
Just fucking sad.
Oh dude, you know those guys put like 35,000 hours into the game. Because it's like second nature. It's just like robotic. They're just like, move here and just like da-da-da-da, dead.
Deep inside, it brings me joy.
Honestly,
that the betrayed
DK,
weren't to blame for what happened here.
When I think about my first Sekiro playthrough compared to my most recent one,
because that
I'm
means
embarrassed
still hope that
about
they
how
might one
badly
day
I
shed
played.
their hatred and
The
learn
first
to
time,
believe
yeah.
in Oriel once again.
I played it like Bloodborne with a katana. That's not how you play it.
No, I know that. I recognized that like I wasn't playing.
Were you able to have any success that way at all?
And in turn,
yes, but it was like not having the right tool for the job and still trying to take the wall down.
It's like trying to use a scalpel instead of a sledgehammer against the wall. Eventually, you will get through the wall, but it's much easier.
It takes a lot longer. It's a lot harder work, and you will get pissed off.
Yeah, it's just if you're just being stubborn, it's just you being stubborn. You're basically trying to force the game to do what you want instead of going. It's like basically a lot of like Westerners behave this way. Like it's like with the Tao. I heard like the Lotus Eaters analogize the difference between Western and Eastern philosophy is that like Western philosophy is like rowing, whereas Eastern philosophy is like sailing. Basically, the Westerner wants to force the boat through the water, whereas the Easterner uses the winds to carry them wherever the ocean would take them. You know? And that's kind of how, like, Sekiro behaves, like a lot of these Dark Souls games is, we try to row when the game tells us to sail. You know? And it does cause a lot of misery.
That's a deep thought, man.
Yeah.
It's true, though. It's true.
I'm not trying to claim a great deal of profundity. I just remember a lot of things people say.
But what you say is true.
I remember my
because...
favorite philosophical statement was Confucius says, "One who stands on a toilet is high on pot."
Oh, fucking hell, man.
That's funny. That's funny.
Hang on. Right. We're talking about Confucius. Now I've got to get my Confucius quote.
Oh God. We're gonna go. Yeah, now time to do what all men do. One-upsmanship. I love it.
One-upsmanship.
Right. Confucius said, "Man who runs in front of car gets tired.
Sick?
Man who runs behind car gets exhausted."
It's funny. That's hilarious. That's funny. That's
good, right?
It's.
Yes.
Let me see if I can find one.
I love puns. So they're always
And
for me.
Another thing I love is fake Sun Tzu quotes. God,
Yeah.
they're so funny.
Beautiful.
I think my favorite fake Sun Tzu quote though has to be, "Everybody's an atheist until they clog a toilet in someone else's house."
Let's see here. Confucius says, man's wife, his better half, his mistress, his better whole.
Oh, shit.
That it's great.
Yeah, but you have to say it and not read it to make it more funny.
I know, yeah, it is. Yeah, it takes a second. Let's see here.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Confucius says, wife's not part of furniture until screwed on bed.
Oh, fuck you. Oh my days, man.
I could do it in the voice, but I don't want John to get in trouble.
I mean,
well, you know, there's a lot of laws in your country about, you know, offense, and they don't want you to get in trouble. And quite frankly, I don't want to get in trouble either.
well, it helps the fact that John isn't monetized on the stream.
It's
Well, no, I don't mean like YouTube. I mean with the actual police. You know what I mean?
Well, how about this? Everything we say here is a joke and should be taken with a pinch of salt.
I say this on my Discord if anyone like bees the edgy boy even slightly. Let me just see if I can find it.
Oh, and if anyone is offended, you're on the wrong stream.
Yeah, here we go. This is what I often say. For legal reasons, in parentheses, for any law enforcement and or intelligence agencies, both foreign and domestic, end parentheses, all statements made in this server are purely hypothetical for the purposes of philosophical, ethical, moral, economic, social, or psychological thought experiments, and should not be misconstrued in any way, regardless of any statements made by members of this server or any services affiliated with it that should profess otherwise. End quote.
Yeah, whatever he's just said, that.
There you go. I made it as dry as possible in the hope that
I'll have what he's having.
There you go. Oh, God. It is kind of sad, though, that we'd have to say stuff like that.
You have to put a disclaimer and shit
in front of everything, you know. It's just annoying, to be honest.
And the thing is, look, I've actually seen videos on YouTube of people who got arrested because they've said something on Facebook to someone that someone got offended by and shit. And I'm like, really? There's like hardened criminals out there on the streets, and you guys are arresting someone for making an insensitive comment on Facebook?
I mean, it's like certain like gang violence, you know, the gangs don't get in trouble, but people complaining about the gangs, they're the ones who get jail time in England. That's just great. Yeah, it's just fun. It's really fun, you know. It's great. I love it. I love it so much.
You know what, DK? I would highly recommend you try and get back into Sekiro, and you will find.
I will. Yeah, I will say it's.
You want my advice on the Chained Ogre? My advice on the Chained Ogre is you can actually sneak up on him and take off one of his health bars before you fight him.
I think I tried that and it still didn't work. But again, I was like doing the Bloodborne, bashing my head against the wall, and I just couldn't figure it out. So I will try it again. But it's the same thing. Like I tried Elden Ring, and obviously that game is meant to be played differently than.
I don't
and
like Elden Ring.
It's not that I hated it because it was like bad or anything. I just didn't gel with it. You know.
Same here.
It just felt off, you know, and
I like the fact that all the rest of the games were like really tight, focused experiences, you know. You had fair enough branching pathways, but it was still relatively linear. Like, yeah, okay, you could take on the areas in whatever order you wanted, but there was still an end goal to get to, and there was still a kind of obvious path to get there. Elden Ring is like, here's this huge world, do what you want, and I'm like,
yeah, it basically, it's like in D&D as an analogy. All dungeons might have had like secret entrances to get lower in the dungeon, but you never got straight to the bottom. Imagine it's like again with 5e, you take out all the dungeons and just give the open world, and you have minor dungeon excursions, and it's just I just don't care for that. I play these old school games because I like dungeon crawlers. Like Dark Souls is on some level a dungeon crawler. It's just
it is correct.
Yeah, it's just not like it will be more akin to say that it's like a sandbox. Like it's a sandbox where
it's a linear sandbox.
Yeah, it's sandboxes within a greater sandbox, essentially. You know?
But the reason Dark Souls worked is because it didn't feel like a bunch of disconnected areas.
Yeah.
It felt like an actual world that made sense in how it was connected that way. Elden Ring, it has an open world, but it feels so disconnected.
It's so barren. There's hardly anything in it. It's so big. And like I can appreciate the grand scale of it. You know, it looks like I always like the
This better not be all the things you just
when you like your character is small and you just see these massive towering structures. That looks impressive. I'm not saying that at all. Like I read Berserk, and when I saw that one of the most famous panels where like Griffith is attacking that mountain fortress in the desert where it's just built into the mountain. That castle looks massive. It's huge. It's epic in scale, and it looks cool. You know, it's like something.
I looked at Elden Ring, and it just seems too cartoony to me. The way that the characters look.
Yeah. Like it was too fantasy. Like that's the
Have
thing.
you seen Crimson Desert?
It's very much George R.R. Martin, though. That's
that's what I was about to say. Like I was gonna say, like with the wall in Game of Thrones, like the TV show. Like when you see the wall, it looks impressive, but it's like you said, it's a bit too cartoony. It's too fantasy. It's not like Dark Souls is a low fantasy, dark fantasy, right? So things
the
look more.
reason Dark Souls worked so well is because it's not trying to pander to anyone. It's just, hey, this is a game I wanted to make. Hope you all enjoy it.
I don't even think
visually. I think Dark Souls is very appealing.
Visually. Yeah, it is. It's so good.
But Elden Ring was made to be accessible and open
I'm gonna give some charity and some grace to Miyazaki here. I don't think he was trying to pander to anyone. I think he genuinely believed in this. It's just.
What is it?
I think he just wanted something of grand scale, right? He just wanted something bigger than before, and
I understand.
Yeah. But maybe he was. Yeah, we don't. It's whatever.
Right,
if he wants to do the game, he has had enough successes that like one layup is permissible. If he does it again, I'm going to be watching him. You know, like once is acceptable. Twice is caution, you know?
It sounds like.
I mean, commercially, Elden Ring was a huge success.
It's like 10 million in the first, 3 weeks?
Critically, it's not.
Yeah. But the critics are all wrong about everything anyway, so I don't care what they have to say.
Of course, they're always wrong.
No, I don't mean the critics as in the video game.
Right.
I mean the fans of the series who have been wronged. Like, we didn't ask for this. Like, what the fuck is this?
Even Sekiro wasn't like this from a little I saw of it. It was still kind of linear.
Yeah,
in its
Sekiro
design.
very much like
A Souls
Bloodborne
game.
mixed
It's a
with...
Souls
Do you
game.
remember...
Yeah.
Do you remember Tenchu?
Yes,
Tenchu.
I remember
don't-
that game. That was so fun.
I never played
Yeah,
Tenchu, but
so
I've seen it.
Sekiro
Yeah, this is gonna
is
this
like
kind of
Bloodborne and Tenchu had a baby.
right. I will say this is gonna kind of show how in the British Isles I am. There's a Keck store. I've been in a few of them. We have them in Ireland, right? And I think I saw a Tenchu PS1, like a copy of the PS1 Tenchu game in the one that's near where I live. So I might get it, especially since I now realize, and I didn't know this for the years I've had a PS3.
From
PS3's
Software published it.
I know, but this is something I realized that after the years I've had a PS3, you can play PS1 games on a PS3. I did not know this. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Backwards compatible. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but for some reason the
Yes, my love? What do you need? Yes, my
Sorry
love?
about that, John. I
What
do
do you
apologize for that. I hope we're at least
It's all right.
entertaining
It's
for
actually
you.
it's actually saving him some mental effort. So.
Yes, my love?
That's fair, yeah.
What do you
Yeah,
need?
I've noticed when I'm even talking to people in VC and playing games, it's hard for me to concentrate on the game. I don't know how streamers like the big streamers do it so consistently. I don't. I read. Yeah, true. That's true. That is fair.
I don't live stream anymore. I hope to get back to it soon. But even when I did, look, I only had like 10 viewers, maybe 12 max. And even I found it hard to like read the comments and play at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
And commentate and all this stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking, well, how the fuck do those people with 200,000 concurrent viewers do it?
Dude, I don't know how people do it with like when they have like millions of subscribers and like
It's
multiple
like
things. Like,
it's literally a job, isn't it?
yeah, that is, yeah,
of
because
course, of course.
they make thousands of dollars from donations and ad revenue and sponsorships, man. It's a full-time job. You know, if you can bust
Yeah, it
in
really
and
is.
get
It really is.
yeah, if you can bust in and get like the sponsorships and stuff, it's a lucrative deal. It really is. You know. But it's so
you know what,
cutthroat.
DK? If you check
Yeah,
my
yeah.
YouTube channel, you'll see some
What-
of my Sekiro videos. It
What's
might
a-
motivate you to give it a go.
What's your channel? I actually don't know.
It's on my profile.
Oh, seriously? Okay, I'll 1 sec. I'll go on my phone, and I can.
Yeah, I've
Yes,
popped
my
in a
love?
couple of
What do you
times,
need?
but I don't think I've seen you lately on there.
Oh yeah, by the
As
way.
for yourself,
Uh,
Sneaky.
Oh yeah,
Bear
I'm
with
already,
me,
I didn't realize I already made you my friend. It's been a while, man. I'm sorry. Don't be, I haven't
no,
been
it's all
on.
good, mate. It's all good.
I haven't been on John's in John's server or in his streams for a long time. So you know,
Light
I really
the
do need to
armor.
turn.
No,
stuff.
I know. I was thinking it's been a while since I heard from you, but it's all good.
Yeah,
mate,
yeah, yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad you came. I've been wondering where's DK been.
I mean, it's the same with Shadow and Sun and DM James as well. I need to hop on their streams more often. It's been too long, man. It really has.
What are you doing on what is it? 2 p.m. GMT on Saturdays.
On Saturdays?
We have an OSE game every other Saturday.
Let me just go to desktop. Sorry, I'm just downloading the Bloodborne rules that you sent me there, man.
That's all right. No worries.
Cool. Yeah. Well, sorry about that, Wib. Say that again.
Oh, I was just inviting you to our OSE early game.
Oh, this
It
is in
happens
Yeo.
on-
Is this in Yeo Geek server? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
then yeah, fine. Yeah, I'll try and make it more often. I need to see. The problem is that I can download the rules. It's just where there's just some stuff going on at home where I had to box up some of my books, so I might not get access to the physical stuff for a while. But I can read the books and
I'll send you a copy of the PDFs.
Oh, I think I have the PDFs already. I think I bought them ages ago, so it's fine. I can roll up a character. I'm down to play. I just want to play more, to be honest. I really do. Hell, I said this a couple months ago, and I never followed through on it. But maybe next year, I might either do Zentillen or Stonehell again, and run it because like I love Stonehell. I love that dungeon so much. It's so much fun. I know. I saw. It's like, it's just. Oh god, it's just floating on air, man. It's Skyrim. Like Todd said, it just works. It just works. It is actually like really, really frustrating how much like Elder Scrolls fans would put up with this poor quality. Like how consistently bad Elder Scrolls games like are. No one
Well,
at that
to
time.
be fair, it's not as bad as Fallout. Fallout is so broken.
I forgive it in New Vegas because of its writing and because the devs. No, the devs were given 18 months total to make that game. That means writing it, planning it, advertising it, playtesting it, everything on an engine that they were not familiar with. So I give them that grace.
New Vegas, I allow.
Yeah.
But Fallout 4 has no
that game was
excuse to be
dog
that
shit, man. That was such a step down. And you know Todd was so pissed when the normie fans liked it, but the hardcore New Vegas fans never shut up about how much better New Vegas was. I firmly believe that the Fallout show
Garvey and his stupid AI.
I hate Preston Garfield so much. Another settlement needs your help. Here, I'll mark it on your map.
John, just for context, Preston Garvey is the most annoying NPC companion in any game ever. Like, pretty much unanimously voted by gamers worldwide.
He has replaced in annoyance, I believe, in the Fallout Elder Scrolls fan base, outstripped the adoring fan and the annoying man.
John doesn't know who either of those two are.
Oh yeah, because he hasn't played Fallout 3 or Oblivion. My bad. I derped. Yeah. God.
But suffice it to say, John, imagine Lydia, except she's really, really bad with a gun. She has really bad AI pathing and walks into walls and vehicles all the time, and she gives you useless fucking quests all the time.
Yeah.
And you can't marry her.
Can you fire her?
Nope. What's even worse,
nope.
Right? This is what even dumber. He forcibly conscripts you into his dog shit militia, the Minutemen. And he makes you the general, but he bosses you around.
Is it?
Yes.
You can't tell him to fuck off, ever. And even when later on in the DLC where you join a bandit, you cannot kill him, even though he kicks you out of the Minutemen if you joined for siding with the bandits. I would think that
I joined the Brotherhood of Steel, so you know.
Oh, I hate the Brotherhood of Steel in Todd's rendition. I hate them. I actually hate them.
I only did it for the power armor.
No, I don't blame you. But I just hate the fact of what he has done. Just even worse in the TV show. He turned them from Power Rangers to the Enclave in Fallout 3 to lumpened idiots who throw live grenades at each other while in power armor.
Yeah, they became like fucking dude bros, didn't they?
Yeah, what's even dumber, there's a scene where these guys who have tampered with and modified the most advanced military technology in the world, upon seeing a frozen alien in a fridge, they go, "Whoa!" throws the alien aside and go, "A fridge!"
Yep.
I think Todd does not like New Vegas very much. Because do you know that what in the series normally ghouls, right? Ghouls can die by any normal means. If you put enough bullets into them, they die. In the TV show, if you have the ghoul gene, nothing but a headshot will kill you. Even if the gene hasn't been activated. If you have the gene, and there's a scene in this where a guy gets shot through the neck with a crossbow bolt and doesn't die. He doesn't even get paralyzed because he has the gene. Only a headshot will kill him. And then,
I've not seen the TV show.
But I've only seen clips. But if you turn feral, you can die by anything.
Well, how the fuck does that make any sense?
It doesn't, because there's a scene where the main characters kill all the kings because they got turned into ghouls because Todd Howard said, "Fuck New Vegas." I'm not joking.
Sure.
The only appearance of the kings, one of the most memorable and funny factions in New Vegas, he kills them all. Yeah, the Elvis impersonators who were really funny and actually kind of a lighthearted and generally kind of virtuous faction in the game were reduced to a joke.
Well, if they're Elvis impersonators, aren't they already joking?
Well, no, it's the what I mean is that the joke was endearing. They weren't there to humiliate the audience or to be made fun of. They were a serious contender, even if there was kind of a bit of like a bit of humor in what they were. They were taken seriously in the lore. They weren't there to make fun of the audience or themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I get it, but it's hard for my mind to get past the Elvis impersonation costume because it's just so funny.
Oh yeah, it is. I'm not saying it's not humorous, but you kind of they're endearing. That's kind of the thing. It's more endearing.
In New Vegas, they were obviously a joke, but they were taken seriously.
Yeah,
Whereas
because
now
they
they've been made
protected
into a laughing stock.
basically in the universe of New Vegas, right? The actual game, the house pushed people he didn't like into the slums of New Vegas, and the Kings took care of those people in the slums. They seriously took care of people. They weren't like the best, but they did their best, and that's why people liked them. You know, you could even join them. You know, they were really cool. And yeah, it's so sad that that's the one thing I will agree with Razorfist on his review of New Vegas, which is basically nothing else, is that there should have been Elvis tracks in that game, but I don't blame Obsidian for that. They literally did not have the funding to do it. I don't blame them at all.
Yeah, even Elvis wouldn't have had the funding.
Oh yeah, I did. Exactly. But like, oh god, it was man, I love New Vegas. Do you know how much I love New Vegas? That game is that if there's a certain DLC weapon you can get called the Nuka Breaker. Do you know what that's in reference to?
I don't think so. Go on.
A YouTube sketch or a YouTube like fan film series that was like a spin-off of New Vegas that was done on YouTube through Geek and Sundry, and it was called Nuka Break. And they ported that weapon in because the main character loved Nuka-Cola. And he actually used that weapon in the series. It's like a big Nuka-Cola sign. And it's called the Nuka Breaker.
Nice.
It's so cool. And I'm not joking, that fan animation, even though it's more of a parody, and even at the time was a tiny bit disrespectful, but only marginally, right? It is more faithful and more accurate to Fallout New Vegas than the TV show is.
I think that's often the case with a lot of these fan things, though, because when someone actually enjoys, loves, and is passionate about something, they're going to put a lot of hard work into it and try and make it as
and they will do it at a loss because it's a passion project. It's a passion project. Yeah.
Whereas a company would look at it, and even if some people working on it are passionate, it's always going to be the stiffs that are making the fucking decisions who have no idea what they're talking about.
Great. The suits get to just fuck everything. Yippee.
Yep. And that's why I like YouTube more than, let's say Netflix or Amazon Prime. Because fair enough, a lot of the content is shit, but at least it's actual people doing it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, it's YouTube is like
at least I know the people who I'm listening to. Fair enough, everybody has their own agendas, biases, all this stuff.
Yeah,
but at least I have the choice of listening to an individual human being, not some manufactured.
And if you watch YouTube on the Brave browser, you don't even have the shitty ads to deal with anymore. So that's a plus.
Well, I have YouTube Premium anyway, so.
Well, I don't have ads anymore because I use the Brave browser, so it just blocks all the ads. It's great. I love it.
I know it does. Yeah. But there's other perks to YouTube Premium which I do enjoy.
That is true, yeah. But I just don't want to give YouTube more money than they're already getting. So, but that's just me. If you want to get the other perks,
if there's a company that I'd want to give money to, I'd rather give it to Google than, let's say, Amazon.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's fair.
That being said, I mean, I would rather not have to do it in the first place.
Yeah, they're not much better, but like, they're still better, marginally. But yeah, no, it's
look, and definitely rather than let's say Meta, right?
Oh God. Oh man.
Oh yeah, they spread your information around at the highest bidder.
Oh yeah, it's great. I love it. It's so wonderful.
I
And
stopped
fair enough,
using them a
right? Like,
long time ago because they started allowing companies to just steal your information, even though you put in your settings that you don't want to give it away.
They'll do it anyway. But the
they'll
problem
do
is
it
that,
anyway.
dude,
Yeah.
the problem is,
Because
dude,
no one reads the terms and conditions. That's why.
Yeah, dude, but the problem is, even if you did, every company's doing it. Everyone is doing it.
Exactly. And it's
So you
about, well,
can't.
the devil you know versus the devil you don't.
Yeah, it's like. What you say? Say that again, John? Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's like it's kind of the dark side of capitalism, which is why I'm much more critical of it than I used to be. Like constructively critical of it, but I ain't no fucking pinko. I will say that much. I'm just not.
Mhm.
No, yeah, that's just humanity, dude.
No.
Yeah, things made by humans will always have problems, always.
That's something that I very much agree with. We're not
Yeah.
perfect, therefore we can't make something.
Everyone's gaming every system.
Yeah.
The citizens are gaming the system, and the governments are gaming the system.
I'll put it to you this way. My friend online, like on my Discord, pointed out perfectly. The point of a free market is to close the free market. Everyone wants to create a monopoly. Everyone. Every single person.
True.
Yeah. So, like the whole principle, I get there's some people who are principled and would absolutely, if they were in charge, would absolutely keep the free market. But the problem is, sure, they wouldn't do it, but someone else would stab them in the back, cripple them, and take over the free market, and then close the free market and create a monopoly.
It's not really
that's
free.
How it is.
Yeah.
Because the people who do that type of stuff, that step on other people, they're the ones who do the thing that people like me wouldn't do.
Yeah, the side that wants to be left alone will always lose to the side that wants to win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you just
if someone like me did get into
resist
power and tried to do the right thing, there's going to be someone who stabs me in the back that doesn't want to do that.
Yeah. We were saying
you can't stand in the wind. You have to walk actively against the wind.
Yeah, there's no standing still on a moving train. Basically, it's
right.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's like I've heard so many like people my age and younger gamers with the sentiments like when it came to Gamergate, it's like I just wanted to play games, man. Why did you make me do this? Why did you make me do this? Legitimately, I don't like talking about this kind of politics. It's just depressing, man. I just wanted to be left alone. I just wanted to be left alone.
I just want to play
one thing that annoys
games.
me. One thing that annoys me is now, video game companies can take away your purchase of a game, but then they won't fucking give you the money back.
Nope.
How is that fair?
Dude, there was actually in Japan, because of how litigious they are, there was a Nier Automata spin-off game or whatever that they just closed down, and all the people who lost all their stuff were left, with like a turd in the wind, But then someone who liked the game rebooted the game for free, a game that the company had long since abandoned. He gets sued because he didn't have the rights to the game.
Yep.
He wasn't making any money. He wasn't stealing it because they weren't monetizing it anymore. They owned the rights to it, and he didn't, so they get to sue him.
Yeah. And
do you know that one time in Japan,
the worst company for that?
There was a romance novel whatever game, a choose your own adventure type. I don't know, a Japanese visual novel game, whatever. And one guy leaked one of the endings by mistake, I think, or something, or he talked about it. He, I think, faced 2 years jail time in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Japanese are insane with their copy. I don't mean I think they're legitimately, chronically, mentally unstable.
Well, this is Japan we're talking about,
Well, we did, the West did drop 2 bombs on them. That tends to kind of make you a little screwy,
Well, yeah, the survivors, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. Have you met my father? He was the steward up at Dragon's Reach when Baldwin was Jarl.
Fair enough. Well, this was fun. This was legitimately fun.
Yes. It's been fun.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Oh, John, stop. Stop.
Oh,
I really like watching your battle with the undead in the ice area.
Oh yeah, the Falmore. The Falmore. That
yeah,
was cool.
I had my eye on that while we were talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, this was a fun stream. I'm glad I hopped on. Thanks for having me, guys. Yeah.
Good to hear from you again.
Yeah, we'll try and come on more often.
Yeah.
Monday night, 9:45.
Yeah. He said, "Get off." I'm a child. I couldn't help myself.
It's ravenous.
It's all good, man. I'll see you guys.
You're welcome.
Chat to you later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Cheers.